That's the difference between you and I. Mwah, ah, 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 ah. They don't want us to evolve, learn. They don't want us to break the chain, right? And then they'll try to mess. This is probably why I got pulled over by them two police officers, Antoine Weathersby and Mark Horn of Clinton County, Clinton City Police Department, 222 Libson Street. Nah. Illegal search and seizure, bullied me, had the hands on their guns. Me being someone I didn't have any protection. I mean, just the police. How many times have we seen us get shot on camera? I ain't want no smoke. So he bullied me and illegally searched my vehicle because he said, if I check your car, or am I going to find drugs, contraband, da. Now, this is Antoine Weathersby, not Mark Horn. Mark Horn pulled me over, asked for my driver's license September 15th of last year. Between the hours of, it had to be somewhere like 12:50, 12:55, because I have a video where the timing you can see is 1:16, but I only had enough time due to harassment. I didn't want to get hurt, where I can only record a certain part. You know what I'm saying? You a traveler, though. Right. They didn't know that. It's crazy. Searching my shit. Like, the crazy part is I can't even roll. I'm being so for real about my whip. I ain't upset about it. It's a Dodge Ram. Ram in the bush versus pale white horse. Now you can see why I made a Ram, right? But then you got the white horse. But my Ram is white. So I'm just saying. I can't roll down my window on the driver's side. I got to open the door. You know? I got to open the door and be so for real. I can't roll it down. So, you would have smelled like he was like very adamant about finding drugs. And the crazy part, the dude that was in the car with me, Adolfo Rodriguez, he was asking him, hey, does she do any drugs? And it's like, why are y'all treating me like that? And he's what they would say, quote unquote, Hispanic person, a Hispanic man. His name Adolfo. Peep that algorithm. They better be careful. Connected for free with education connect. Anyway, I'm just saying, your friends, you know, you come back for them later, though. You don't forget about your peoples. Could be, you know, don't burn your bridges. How many times have we heard that? So I would say, with that illegal search and everything, you remember how Jay-Z went through the cop thing, but they didn't treat him like that. Was it because I'm a woman and they felt like they can just bully me? See how? And I was the only woman in the situation, so I'm yelling, yeah, that was discrimination against my gender. They did me like that because I was a woman. Why? Usually we don't really see that. Now, happening to men, okay, but not in the connotations of how it happened to me. So I'm over here like, I'm only talking about me. Other people might have another story. That's fine. It still don't defeat the fact I shouldn't have been treated that way. That's besides the point. I hear somebody in their mouth that will see this. So, yeah. And they still have yet to talk or do anything about that situation. I put in a complaint. Then a few days later, I'm in McDonald's chilling. And then Ryan Mitchell, a detective of Sampson County, Clinton of North Carolina, that works for that same place, came in McDonald's. He a big dude. He was in the Marines, and we graduated Clinton High together. I think First Sergeant Deaver and Major Rob and other individuals who taught us in Gerald OTC will be very disappointed in you, sir. Ryan Mitchell. You Mitch. I wonder why Kevin Hart said that. You Mitch. You a Mitch. Oh, Mitch. Are y'all listening to what they saying? Sounds good to me. What's your story? I made that make sense, didn't it? Help me help you is all I'm saying. So it just goes back to making it make sense. I'm just here to help y'all make your story, and all these things are just a lot of cloudiness. Like, what in the world? I don't understand. You do. It's just a little difficult because nobody explained it like this. And I'll be the first. Crazy part is they'll probably take me out and give it to, like how they did Dr. Sabi. He was the first to do what? And then look what happened to him. Now everybody wants to be a herbalist. See how heartbreaking it is to be the one? Do y'all really want to be the fucking one? Y'all have no idea what that shit take. But y'all want to be the one so fucking bad. That shit hurts. Because you have to take literally your life and give it to everybody else. Where you're like, only certain people deserve it. So can we understand right now that who they pick might not even look like me, but don't forget about me. They'll paint me to be the bad one. All because of what I look like. That shit do make me cry because I'm not about to change who I am and what I look like to satisfy you motherfuckers. I don't care if I got to give up all my credentials just to have sanity. Because that shit it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't change who I am and who you know I am. It's sad because y'all think this shit is a fucking game. It's not a simulation. This is not it's a simulation to some of you Sims. Some of us real out here. It's not a fucking game. So, I'm going to fight for my life. Because I be damned if they give my fucking story to somebody else. I'm not running no more. I did before. I'm not doing it again. I'm not a Mitch. I'm not running. I'm facing all of you head on because it's like I don't really have any other options. And it's sad because you'll literally make me. Like, I'm not turning my back on my sister. What, she don't look like me? She half tea, half. Okay, so what? So you want me life for a life type of thing. Take her out, right? Just so I can have. I'm not Cain and I ain't able. That my aunt Kiana, she said that. Hell no, they ain't about to make me change shit. If anything, they need me. Remember, they need y'all. All you got to do is stand on your own. Like, you don't need, I'm telling you, 5'11" on the phone. That's when I got my herbal certification in 2020. You don't need, somebody. You don't need somebody to, define you. It's just like marriage. I can see why people do a prenup because you are the asset. And, okay, you see all these things I have, but, and people say, oh, they want to be with you because of the things you have. But it's you that went and got those things. So if you don't have me, you can't go get those things. You can take them from me, but it doesn't change the fact that as soon as you leave me and I build myself back up, I can go right back and get those things. Somewhat better, if not completely better. And that's what's going to piss them off, because it's like that relationship that didn't work out, whether it was friend or, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, it don't matter. And then they see you change and they level up, and then they want to be back with you. But it's like, I'm not about to let you destroy me again. I learned from the first time. If my ancestors have the same repetitive story, no matter who they were, if in your lineage children was taken and repetitiveness happened, but when you dug into it, literally they're responsible for raping the child and things like that, who they was giving the child to, we hear shit like that. So with Julia Ann Adams in my lineage, and this is crazy, her child was Annie. And then they come out with Annie. The son will come out tomorrow. But the one who was the so-called foster child was her mom. You see the twist that they'll do to act as if, no, it was like this. I don't know what you're talking about. Or do they literally have that story? Is just so happen they have the same names. People make duplicate copies of shit all the time. We're learning now that with American Indians, when we search our information, or people of indigenous attribute, you can call yourself whatever you want, but we're learning that other people have the same thing. I literally exposed that in the book. Everyone is given a certain number upon death. Death series number, when you go to the archives, is S.123. 1, 2, 3. New beginnings, something coming, starting over, something that is not moving forward. Ain't that what 1, 2, 3 kind of mean? We don't need to look that up to know. So it's kind of like, also 1, 2, 3, how to get to Sesame Street. Open Sesame. You gotta take a look. Was in a book. Reading Rainbow. I mean, those who are tarot readers, when you read somebody, you don't get the same information, do you? Because they're not going to feel how they felt last time when you read them. You can read a book, it's the same book, but how you feel at that moment versus what you will feel like tomorrow when you read it is not the same connotation, even though the book is the same. Because each time you read it, you're going to get more insight. You can read it over and over and over again. And you're going to learn something new every time. Because you're not going to be the same you were yesterday, or the first time you read it, or the fourth time you read it. You get it. Yeah, they got the right one this time. They done fucked up. I just want to be the one to tell you that I ain't playing no games. I didn't come to play. I came to get it done. And the problem is, they taking our sons, they're turning them into girls. They don't even want them to have the promise. Well, let me tell you, my boy Tiny, like, for example, etymology of Debo Tiny. The boy Tiny, so I'm going to take his spot. He little. So if the daddy want to act like he don't know what the fuck going on, well, I'll do it. Because I love my son. What you talking about? But if you don't love me how I am, I guess you can kiss my ass too. And I'll do it myself. If you don't want to get with the program, we can deprogram. It's your last chance fucking with me. You can play with everybody else. You ain't gonna play with me. And then they're scared because of what I know. And I told on them. Did it on them. Man, I just did it on them. Put your number 2s in the air. Because we ain't doing this. We doing this. Didn't they divide and conquer? Ain't that what that mean? Put your number 2s, because we did it on them. And I appreciate y'all. I learn from y'all. I watch you. Anybody that I try to learn from, I always try to make sure I reference them. And I just want to take the time out now. If you know you taught me something, thank you. If you know you are responsible for whatever kind of learning I have, thank you. Because now you done created a monster if you know you did it for evil. And for those who did it for good, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know what? Rhapsody made a song called Thank You. You know how you make your first album or your whatever? You gotta have a thank you song. Gotta have a thank you song. And let me tell you, it's on. Ain't nobody gonna like me after this shit. Like, none of them rappers not gonna like me. I don't give a fuck. Cause you took life from me and you never said you were sorry. Or is there something you have to tell me and it's not your fault? I mean, I'm open. I'm open. I ain't pointing the fingers at you, but I know something ain't right. And you're not gonna act like I don't know this shit either. Oh, see your minions. They're gonna get destroyed one by one. I've done it before and you know it. You better keep your minions over there if you want to see them again. I don't have to lay a hand on them. When you believe in the Most High, you don't have to do anything. Rick. When you believe in the Most High, you don't have to do anything. But you know, you be aware. Don't still learn and keep your eyes open. So when it's time to use that powerful tongue of yours, because your eyes, 3, boom, 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 pineal, pituitary, and your heart and your soul is in alignment, your tongue is going to then be that bullet, that knife, that axe, that bow and arrow, whatever you like to use. Your bare hands, I don't know. It'll do it for you. You know how I said the tongue is powerful? I'm teaching you right now. Yes, it is. That's also what they didn't want you to know. Please know that I'm living proof. I can't. I wish you could have witnessed, but I'll just keep moving to prove it. I'll keep moving to prove it, because that's what we do. We walk it like we talk it. There's a reason why the brother made that song, regardless if it was for bad or not. But it's kind of supercilious to learn peace. It's kind of supercilious to learn something, right? Be studious and all this, and you don't apply nothing. That is a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Let's get it together. 7:02. Dang, Chief Puff, he was born 7:02. I think AM, maybe PM. Y'all know what's his name? Mr. Stay Puff up here. I call him Chief. Chief Puff. That's what I call him. And he a Cancer. My 7th house, due to who I am in the as you evolve. This is why you have 2 separate chart information. The first one is your past stuff and your baggage and stuff. The other one is who you're destined to be and all that. So I looked, and it's funny how my 7th house was changed from Leo to Cancer. And they are side by side. Cancer, 4, Emperor, 5 will be this type of thing. So just helping out, making it make sense. Cancer is the emotional support, the moon aspect. They have a light side, dark side. Y'all know the algorithm with the moon. I know you got it. I don't need to explain too much. And then you have the sun, which is just, they shining. They just bright, and it's hot. This is hot. How it's going to be fire next time? Because someone is going to realize God is a God that they should have been paying attention. Now they're going to be so upset. When you move forward, they're probably going to cause problems and rifts in your life where it leads you back to them. Keep moving forward. They your past for a reason. They had a chance. They fucked up. They had a chance. They fucked up. Goddess, keep it hot and spicy at that. Shoot. They played you. Play them, but with love. That's the key. You know, we were born to, you know, they would say we learn love first. So if you have to go back into the attributes of the most heavenly place they claim, you know, on earth, you have to be loving just like that to even go back there. So all this, I don't want to love is stupid, and all, you know, you got women now that are saying they don't want to devote themselves to men. You know, that's Oba. Don't be a Oba. Go see her story. The Patakis, the keys. Who got the keys? Keys. You got the keys. Who got the keys? You on a new level. They don't make these songs for no reason. Or at least there might be me cracking a code they didn't even know was there. Who knows? But, you know, Pata, you know, you got the fact, Papa, because on this card right here, this is the hair font too. It says El Papa, but it's a woman here. She has to choose. This is a princess. This is a goddess. This is a lioness. She has to choose between somebody, and these are her children. She's not choosing between her children. She's choosing between a love of her life, and she chose a direction because here he is. But do you see him with her? And that's because it seems as if he wanted to be significant too. But I mean, look how he looked. I don't know. I'm not judging. Like, for example, Chief got his nipples pierced. So is he still not masculine even though his nipples are pierced? Because from what I understand, overstand, and understand, I have to trust what he's saying. He's saying that he likes women. I mean, he has 15 children. I would say, yeah, he do. But, you know, that's what that's what we know. And that's all we know. Nothing really else to say there. So, discernment, learning, and that's about it, everybody. Gotta make it make sense, but just saying, just because someone does a certain thing, does that really make them this? You believe what you don't know, right? Like that's really what be the one too. And it's sad. I'm gonna end it too, y'all, with this. It's on Netflix. You know how people be cloning? They mad because I know who the clones are. Like down here where I'm at, I know who the clones are. And it's sad, like, well, how did that happen? And it's sad too because I'm trying to figure out, well, I never seen someone, people would say somebody looks like me or something. But when I look at them, no, they don't. Now, you know, when you know somebody look like somebody you know. I never seen someone who looked like me, period. You got to know, if you never seen it, that's because you are so important to whatever the heck this is. It's like on some don't touch her, don't touch him, they're mine. Every time they tried, they got their hand like, get out the cookie jar. And if you never seen it, you know, whatever you did, you good. Like, it's something about these people who get caught in these illusions. It's something about them. I don't know if they see it. I don't know. All I know is this British little girl. She's 17. Somebody just wants the British to win, boy. I swear to God. I'm not saying that they don't have significance, but they've been winning quite a lot. I think it's time to let somebody else try. Because if your way worked so much, we wouldn't be in this mess now, would we? Sit down. This time. Kindly. I'm not saying you couldn't help, but sit down. What Medea said? Sit down somewhere. I'm on my Obadiah. Sit down somewhere. Now, her name is Tamara or Tamara Smart. Peep that. Why? We just talked about Tamara Green in Detroit and how she got killed. They didn't want her to talk. She knew something. What's with the attacks on the Tamaras and the Tamras? Y'all remember Tia and Tamara 17 again? Do y'all also recall the fact that well, let's just get to the thing. Her name, the young girl, 17. I know, right? See? On the real too, they asked. Okay. If you didn't get this book, you need to. Doing some revisements, I'm not gonna lie to you, due to errors of spellings and misplacements, but overall it is still good. People have told me that have bought it. I had sold a nice amount of copies. Shout out to everyone who copped the copy. Yeah, like, they love it. I'm the creator of New Astrology. Don't let them lie to you. This is why the Artemis program is what it is. It's called the Midheaven Subconscious. I explained that all in here. Yeah, so, shout out to me's. Astrology hasn't been created in 10,000 years. So